Think we're on. Get to my YouTube. What's going on, guys? Anybody here yet? A couple people, maybe. Maybe not. What's going on, Hirsch Dollar? How you doing, brother? Trying to sell me some Makita. How you guys doing tonight, man? We're done getting some snow here. It's about a ½ inch on the ground already. I'm not happy about that, man. So it's definitely going to be cold. I'm definitely going to have the heater on. Rust Belt, what's up, brother? The Rust Belt. Man, I started watching your video earlier. It was 5 tips or something. I never did get to finish watching it. I'm going to go finish watching it. I'm definitely interested in that, man. You guys got 1 inch up there. It was like I woke up this morning. It was 57 degrees, 54 degrees, something. It was warm, and it was warm for most of the day. And the next thing you know, it was raining, and now it's snowing. Not 6 feet under, so doing pretty good. You can't complain about that. Tips to become a better mechanic. That's what it was. It was 5 tips to become a better mechanic. And I started watching it, and then I got sidetracked, and I had to stop it. And then I ended up not finishing watching it, but I'm definitely going to go back and finish watching it, man. I was saying that the last time he was talking about taking this toolbox up there, man. Like I'm definitely hoping that I can get it done. You gave it a thumbs up. I appreciate you. I'm trying to get a friend to help me because it's a little overwhelming at times. Definitely a little overwhelming. A lot of work involved, man. You don't have video, Hirsch Dollar? Does everybody else have video? What's going on, Joey? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to happen. I'm hoping, man, I want to do it one of these weekends, like soon. I'm hoping to do it soon. Tommy's sick. No video. I don't know why there wouldn't be no video. Does nobody have video before I try to figure this out? Maybe if you guys close it down and open it back up. What's up? I know what you did. Let's hope not. Antonio sees the video. If you guys ain't seeing video, man, try closing it down and open it back up again. Because I'm seeing myself right here, so I know something's happening. Greg Jones sees it. Austin has video. Yeah, it must just be a couple people try to close it down and open it back up. So how's everybody doing tonight? Did everybody work today? I know it's Veterans Day. I know some people gets off, but you know how that goes. Jacob wants to know, he asked me why Icon won't sell individual wrenches. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, bro, look, they sent me some stuff, and I know I was one of the first ones to get it or whatever, bro. But like they won't tell me nothing. And like they barely even talk to me anymore after the whole Icon thing. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But I don't know. When I talked to them before, they was going to do this, they was going to do that, and they was, they reached out. They're like, man, won't we send you the rest of this toolbox and everything? And I'm like, okay, you can send it to me if you want. I don't ask somebody for nothing. I'm not going to ask them for anything. And then, I don't have the rest of the toolbox. So, and then they're like, oh, we'll send you some screwdrivers. I don't have any screwdrivers. So, it is what it is, man. They're, if you're doing, I guess, I'm not going to say nothing about it yet, but I'll call anybody out. I don't care. I don't care about no free tools, dude. Like, I don't care about no free tools. That's nothing to me. I'm going to give these tools away. Free tools is nothing to me. Did I wait too long to text them back? No, I didn't wait too long to text them back. I sent them, they actually, after the whole thing that went on, they sent me a message, or I hadn't talked to them in a while after that. Then all of a sudden I got a message from them. They wanted to call me. So they called me, and, then they did the whole thing. They released their statement or did whatever. And then dude's like, oh yeah, be on the lookout and all this and all that. And then, like, ain't nothing happening. So, if I think that something crazy's, going on, if they're just, doing whatever, dude, I'm gonna say it, because I don't care. I don't care if they're a $5 billion company. I don't care if they're, if I'm risking me getting some free tools or whatever. I don't care about none of that, dude. Cause like, I'm doing this to try to help people, to try to inform people. I'm not doing this to try to fill up a $5 billion company's pockets. I could care less about that $5 billion company. If they're doing something that I feel like's good for people, then I'll ride with them. I'll stand up for them, and I'll do what I can to help them if I feel like they're doing the right thing. But if I don't feel like you're doing the right thing, I'm going to say you're not doing the right thing, and I'm going to put it out there. No, Jimmy, yeah, I'm not, this ain't nothing like I'm saying, like I'm about to call them out like right now or whatever. No, I talked to them, and my whole issue with the whole thing is like, I never asked them for anything. And, and I was doing these videos, and I wasn't doing it for any other reason other than it was a hot topic. People wanted to know about it. So I was trying to, I was killing myself, dude. Like, it's not easy pumping out these videos. Like, there's a lot of work involved. So I'm killing myself pumping these videos out, and they're messaging me like, oh yeah, hey, we're about to send you the whole toolbox system. Okay. That was a month ago. We're about to send you some screwdrivers. Okay. That was a month and a half ago. And so I'm not about to call nobody out on nothing, but like, if you're not a man of your word, if you're not going to like do what you say, don't even say nothing, because I never message you and ask you for anything. So don't sit there and message me like we're about to do something, like you're trying to lead me to do something for you. And then if I don't do it for you, then that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to call nobody out for nothing, but don't lie to me. That's all I'm saying. Don't lie to me. It is like boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. He said that the relationship between YouTubers and tool companies is like boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. I honestly don't have no relationship with any tool companies, other than like some of them will, like a bunch of people message me and they'll want to send me like Ulsa Tools. They just sent me out another 1/2 inch X split torque wrench, whatever it is over there. Yeah. And then so I'll check it out or whatever. But man, what am I going to do with all this stuff? That's why I said I'm just going to give a lot of it away, because only reason I'm going to, they're obviously trying to sell stuff, but I'm obviously trying to, not obviously to a lot of people, but to me, it's obvious. I'm just trying to inform some people and try to help some people, man. That's it. Because let me tell you, like, if you just sell out or whatever, people say or whatever, people's going to get hip to you, man. And if I'm that stupid to where I'm like, I got some free wrenches and sockets, I'm about to sell out to these people, And then next thing you know, people, they're not going to trust you. So, you know, that's your own stupidity. And I'm not that stupid, dude. That's right, Sam. I've said that before, man. Samuel Adams, man, he's been around for a minute, dude. He's been around like longer than most people. He's a good guy. Me and him's talked quite a bit. And I've said that, you know, tool companies aren't loyal to me, so I'm not loyal to them. And that's the case, bro. They're not loyal to none of us. They're trying to sell us some stuff. They're trying to make something that hoping that we want to use it, and they're trying to sell it. So and that's all I'm trying to do is trying to, you know, hopefully get the chance to look at some stuff and tell you my honest opinion of it, you know. Tommy Six says, sorry, what companies I talk about. You know, I'm not calling no company out yet. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, you know, when you see what I'm doing and you're like, I guess you're into it, and then you start like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I do something else that's against the grain, and you're like, oh, you know, then that just leads me to believe how can we trust what you're doing? How can we trust anything? If you won't accept criticism, then what's your, you know, what are you doing? Because I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy. If you think I'm just about to throw my icon cape on or whatever, and I'm about to ride for you, that's not the case. I'm going to be honest, man. Corey said, I'm on it tonight. You know, I don't like being lied to, man. And if we're talking and everything's going good and you're cool and you start like promising me the moon and the stars, and then I do something you don't like, or I say something you don't like, and then it's like, oh, we'll holler at you in a couple months. No, that's not the case, bro. Because if we as consumers, we as people that's using these tools, we're trusting this tool company. So we're trusting this tool company for one, for safety, and we're trusting this tool company for two, for their warranty, that they're going to warranty our tools, that we don't have to worry about it. So if you come out and start promising things to me and you don't deliver on those things, then what's that say about you as a tool company? How can we trust that tool company? Or if a tool company, say for instance, Milwaukee Tool for another, you know, I wrote them and I asked them about something, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't send out stuff. And I'm like, well, that's awful funny. I'm pretty sure you do send out stuff, and you don't got to send me nothing. I don't care. I don't care about it. I can buy it myself and do a review on it, but don't lie about it. You know what I mean? I had messaged Milwaukee about the whole tool cart idea, and I was like, you know, I would like to check out the Milwaukee hand tools you got going on, and I would like to do a review on them, and then I would put them in a tool cart and give them away. And then they message back like, oh, we don't do that. We don't give away tools. We don't do that. We have distributors we give tools to. And I'm like, that's bull crap, because I know for a fact you give away tools. So don't act like you don't give away tools. Don't lie to me. If you don't want to send me tools, then don't send me tools. If I ain't big enough for you, then, you know, I'm a common man. I'm a common man just like everybody else. So if you're willing to lie to me, if you're willing to say you don't do this, then what will you do to the next common man? That's my thing. Like, we trust you. We're trusting your tool. We're trusting your company. And then you want to lie to me, and I'm a common man. So if you'll lie to me, then I just happen to have the ability to tell people that you lied to me over a semi big, you know, circle. X asked if I had any cool stuff going on in my life. Not really, bro. Like, you know, I'm working, doing this with the girlfriend. Like, I'm trying to do some bigger things, you know, hopefully, but there's nothing like big going on right now. Russ Bell said he gave away 3-air tool to SEMA. I know, bro. Like, you know, I know how this works, man. Like, I know how it works. So don't lie to me, because if you're willing to lie to me, then what if I, send you in a tool and you say, oh, we can't warranty that? Are you lying? What's the deal right now? Common man with a common plan. Joey says, camera don't focus right. What do you mean? This camera? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. My video's fuzzy, man. I'm using the laptop and I'm using the webcam on the laptop. Unfortunately, I still haven't got, I don't know why. I'm supposed to be getting this thing to where I can hook my camera up and do all this other stuff. This is like my third live stream. It should have done been here. I need to figure out what's going on, but eventually it'll get a lot better, man. I'm sorry about the video quality. I haven't had no trouble with Mako, man. I've heard a lot of people say they've had issues with Mako, but the driver that I have, like, he's pretty good, man. He's been around for a long time. No, I'm not on a cell phone. Here's my cell phone. I'm using that for comments. I'm on my laptop with the webcam. So it's just, I'll tell you what, it might be this light though, too. I think last time I turned the light off and I think it helped a little bit. So if that's any better, I know it's still not the best, man, but it's all I got right now. Herstyle, the only thing he says time for money. I appreciate you setting time aside, brother. And hey, what's this? Fist for Fabricate. He said that just having the Mako name ain't worth the 2,000% markup. And you're right, bro. I mean, hell, I've said before that my Mako jump box is a JNC jump box. I found the same jump box and I paid $300 for that jump box. And that jump box on Amazon is like $130. So just because it don't say Mako, it's worth whatever percent less, 70, 60 something percent less. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a little bit ridiculous, but there's so many levels of markup, man. Tool truck drivers got to make money. Mako's got to make money. And then if JNC isn't buying that box off somebody else, they got to make money too. I mean, by the time it gets to us, it's done. One company makes it, JNC buys it, sells it to Mako. Mako sells it to the tool truck driver. Tool truck driver sells it to us. By the time it gets to us, it's so far marked up, it's crazy. Russ Belt said he wore his Milwaukee hard shell heated jacket today, and it was fantastic. Man, I bought a Milwaukee heated jacket, but somebody stole the little battery connector out of it. So it's just in there. It's just a regular old jacket. I don't even wear it. He said 200%. You're right. I mean, it's it's ridiculous, man. They, just like, for instance, with the little stream light I got, I mean, it's like $20, and then it was like $34 on the Mako truck just because they printed the name Mako on it. Herstar said, wait, what? Heated jacket? Yeah, Milwaukee has a heat. There's a couple other places has heated jackets too, but Milwaukee has a heated jacket in their M12. It uses the M12 batteries. And I never got the chance to use it, unfortunately. Hopefully I can use it. Don't buy things that are rebranded. You're right about that. And, a lot of people don't know, though, man. They don't know. Did I just look on their dude said I was still ugly? Yeah, you'll have that, bro. This is what my mom gave me. I can't be mad at her. But what the heck was I talking about? Don't buy things rebranded. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't know when it's rebranded, though. You know, if you buy something that's from a tool truck from a professional company that's selling to professionals, and you're assuming like, hey, these guys are, you know, they're legit. They're selling me something that's good. But in a lot of cases, they're just selling you something that they bought off somebody else, put their name on it. They're charging you a lot of money for it. Joey says Streamlight is cheaper on Amazon, a lot cheaper on Amazon than it is on the tool trucks. And the only reason I bought that was, I don't know why, dude, because you impulse buy. You get on there and you're like, oh, I got to buy something, you know, and then you impulse buy. I mean, every time. That's why I said, like, when I did my Mac Tools flyer, because I was doing those quite a bit. And, you know, it's not a huge video where a bunch of people want to watch, but there's some people that want to watch. So I try to do something for everybody. And I ain't been getting on there, man, because every time I get on there, I'm trying to buy something. So I'm trying not to buy anything. Sandy Adams said, talk about rebranded. Most of them Braun lights can be found cheaper under different names on Amazon or even Walmart. I'll tell you what, man, that 3-in-1 light that I just did a review on, somebody put down in the comments. He was like, bro, that looks like an OEM light. And he put a link, and I went and looked, and man, it looks go to Amazon and type in 3-in-1 OEM light. But with that being said, it was $81 on Amazon. So it was more expensive. But man, it's the same light, dude. Like, I mean, the same light. But we already know that, man. We know that Harbor Freight don't make any tools. They don't make any tools. They buy the tools. They sell them to us. So we already know that what we're buying at Harbor Freight, somebody else has made, and they're buying it off them. It is. It's actually normally buy something as a common courtesy. It is, man, because I feel bad. Like I'm getting on there and I'm like, and I looked around and I'm like, bro, I don't even really need nothing. But I'm like, all right, I'll take this $300 pick. You know what I mean? Like you got to, man. I'm exaggerating right there, but I feel like I have to. Rust Belt got mad. Discipline. I don't got no discipline, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I actually, you'll see, man. It's gonna be pretty funny, but I got no discipline when it comes to tool buying, dude. None. I mean, look, I just went and spent $2,000 for really no reason other than to do some YouTube videos. I mean, I did want the Milwaukee gun, but all that other stuff. I did want the compressor too, and the spool gun. But a lot of that stuff, dude, like I only bought to do YouTube videos on because I don't need it. I don't need none of it. I don't really need any tools, man. I got between here and everywhere else, dude, I've got all the tools I really need. I mean, obviously, you know, you're gonna come across some specialty tools that you don't have that you're gonna have to get. But at this point, like I can do almost anything with the tools I got, but yet I still buy crap, dude. Tommy said most of these tool companies are just a name. The warranties, what matters. You know, yeah, you're right. And a company, and that's why I go back to earlier what I was talking about Lion. We, you know, when we buy from your company, we trust in your company. We trust your company. We are putting our faith that if something goes wrong, that you're going to warranty this and that this tool is safe. So if you're willing to lie or whatever, then I mean, the faith, it's shooken. The faith is shooken. Mick B said usually buy stuff from Macos in the flyer. You know, every time I get on there and I'm like, let me see the flyer. And I look at the flyer, there's nothing I want, man. Like hardly nothing ever that I need. You know, and so I end up having to pay full price. Like just like with the the Mako 3/8 lock and flex head ratchet. I didn't even need that. But I was like, you know what? I wanted to try a Mako ratchet. So I was like, let me get this Mako ratchet. I want to try it. And I bought it. And then a month later, it was in the catalog for $20-something less than what I paid for it. Write off on taxes for reviews. Bro, I don't know how none of that works. Like, I just started this YouTube channel. I started it about a year and a half ago, and then I posted like a couple videos, and then I started posting last year, and then I had some stuff happen. I stopped posting for a few months and then started posting again. So I don't have no idea how none of that works. You don't make that much money. Like I haven't made no money really to speak of yet. So, I mean, I guess I'll figure that out when it comes. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, bro. Get an accountant to do the deduction. First off, if you did get an accountant, it has to be worth it. You know, you had to. If you're in that much of a tax bracket to where you're going to be paying them a significant amount to offset the cost of the accountant, then I'd have no problem with that. But like I said, dude, I don't make no money doing this really. And you know, and honestly, I'm way in the hole. I mean, with the money I've spent to do this and the tools I bought to do this for no other reason than to do this, I'm way in the hole. But you know, I enjoy doing it. I do enjoy doing it. Oh, here we go. X with the $2 holler. I appreciate you, bro. Now I'm making money. Big money. Big money, baby. DK719, what's up? Hope you're having a good night too. Salute to all the vets out there. Definitely, man. It's snowing here. We done got about a ½ inch on the ground. And I hate the cold weather, dude. Like I'm ready for a change. No, said find a small time accountant. Ours is great. You know, I'm probably gonna have to at some point, dude. Like I'm probably gonna have to. I mean, you can only do so much. You know, I like to do everything myself. The only thing I won't do on a car myself is windshields. I don't even want nothing to do with no windshields. Anything else I'll do. But there are certain things like the time spent invested in trying to learn how to do it, and you're better off just hiring somebody else at some point. Just like with this whole YouTube thing, dude. Like if I ever made enough money, if I ever made some good money from this, dude, the first thing I would do is hire somebody to edit these videos, because I promise you, like, what was it? The 10-minute video I posted on that Braun light, dude, it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to do or something to edit it. And then I got to sit there and upload it, come back, you know, then I got to add all the tags and do everything. Like there's a lot of time invested in it. So I would definitely pay somebody to do that, because I feel like I could do more if I was able to just make videos and then just have somebody else take care of that, because I'll spend hours in there. And I'm not the kind of guy that sits down at a desk. Like that's not me. Some guys might be able to do that, but like I'll be so wore out from sitting down, it kills me. I mean, my back hurts, my leg hurts. I mean, it kills me sitting down for those long periods. Making video is difficult. Oh my God. Yeah, he's tuning his AC in Florida, dude. That's wrong. It's cold here. I don't even know. I'll probably have to end up turning this heater on. Like I heated it up pretty good before, but it's 56. I don't know how that's showing up. Probably not at all. I pulled this out just to show, probably not at all. The camera's garbage, but it's 56 degrees in here now. And I can handle that. I'm cool with it, but it gets to the point to where you start seeing your breath, and then I had to turn it on. So it's been a ½ hour and it's lowered about 20 degrees. Now I do have a heater coming, so hopefully that heater helps out better than this torpedo heater I have. Last time I turned the torpedo heater on, people said they didn't mind it. It wasn't that loud. So you guys will have to let me know. And when I do have to turn it on, I'll try to just turn it on for a few minutes. It was 12 degrees in Minnesota this morning. Now I feel bad about complaining, man. It was 50 something when I woke up, and it's down to in the 20s now and snowing. But I know you guys, man, that's a bad place. And I think back and I'm like, dude, like, who are the people that settled in these places before we had all these, indoor heating, air conditioning? Who are the people? Them dudes were some animals, man. They was like, man, we're going to this place that's negative 20 with nothing but some animal skin on our feet and some animal coats on, and we're about to make a town. Those were some animals, dude, because like I couldn't handle that. -5. Where are you from, X? He said it's -5 where he's at. 5 turkeys in his truck don't have to be in there. Say Rust Belt schooling me about the whole tax write-off thing. I do have an LLC though. I actually do have an LLC for because I've been working on cars and stuff, and I actually do have one registered to me, and I was doing it for a while. I don't like working on cars, man. I really don't. He said the snow we have in Ohio is headed towards northwest Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's on the way, dude, because it's out there. It's coming down pretty good. My girlfriend's messaging me. She don't like Mondays. She's a good girl, though, man. Nature boy, woo! What's up, man? What do you say? Well, it's snowing here too, man. That's what I was just talking about. Snowing like crazy. Cold in Texas, Fort Texas. What is it? 40, 50. It don't get very cold in Texas, does it? And we might have to eat each other. Yeah, I know. I mean, you get out there like, bro, like, what if we can't find no food? Like, there's nobody coming to save you, because it ain't like you jump in your car and I'm talking about settling in places like Minnesota and all that. You ain't jumping in your car and dipping out if it gets too rough. Like, you're stuck. Some stuff might go down, man. Them definitely were some men back then, man. Joey Morrison, you got a shout out, brother. My bad, man. I'm on rambling tonight, dude. I'm on a tool company rant and a cold weather rant. Holding these alligators down. Where are you from? Louisiana? Noah? Supposed to be 27 in LA. That's cold for LA, dude. What's going on, Bo Freak? Glad you came by, man. F is for fabricate, by the way. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. I apologize, and I'll definitely get it right next time I say it. Louisiana. Brian, it's a Ric Flair quote. Hold on, I got to go back. No, what I missed, bro. Oh, I don't. When I was younger, I watched some wrestling, and I remember, but man, it's hard. It's hard for me to remember stuff like that. I appreciate you telling me that. All right, Antonio. Antonio's out of here. Antonio, Claudio, Michael is out of here. Appreciate you coming by, bro. He said the original founding fathers were bad. They were, dude. I mean, everybody back then, man, we're spoiled for real. We got time. I got time to sit here and do stuff like this that I enjoy. I got time to do tour reviews. I got time to do stuff I like because of them and because that they risked everything. They risked everything because there was no guarantee that you was coming out. They came over here, they're fighting everything, and they don't know what's going on. You ain't got a clue. There's nobody coming to help you. You're on your own. $20 Harbor Freight torque wrench, okay for occasional use. Bro, most of them torque wrenches, honestly, when you buy them straight out the box, you can probably go off of what they claim. The question is how many times you can use them. And I had a Tekton torque wrench I bought, and it seemed to work good. And obviously we don't know. We're just trusting them. We're trusting that it's gonna click when it's supposed to click. So I had a Tekton torque wrench, seemed to work good for a couple uses. I used it like once, and I put it up, used it again, put it up. Then I went to go use it the third time, and it was way off, dude. Like way off. Like I had it on like, I don't even remember, like 65 foot-pounds maybe. And I'm telling you, I was probably putting at least 150 before it would click. It was way off because like I was definitely putting some torque on it. So when it comes to torque wrenches, man, you had to ask yourself, what do you need it for, and how accurate does it really have to be? If you're torquing down tires, then just get a cheap tire, get a cheap torque wrench, man. I mean, it's not a humongous deal as long as it's close. Torquing down head bolts for, racing cars or for hot rods or whatever, then yeah, you're probably, you probably want to invest in a good torque wrench. Kevin asked my thoughts on the Icon snap ring pliers. I almost bought them, dude. I don't know. I need a good set. I really do. So I almost bought them. And I've heard the only reason I didn't, dude, is because I have heard that the tips on them are not that great. But some people don't understand the fact that the tips on snap ring pliers, they're made at an angle and everything for a reason. And some people don't understand that. Like I've been on Amazon reading reviews, and they're like, these tips are bent. This thing is garbage. And I'm like, bro, they're supposed to be bent. You know what I mean? Like they're made like that for a reason. So like, I want to try them out though. Noah said he had a Craftsman beam style, broke a bolt and aluminum piece that cost him $1,000 to replace. That's why he got the snap on. And like I said, dude, I mean, it depends on what you're using them for. I mean, it's stuff like that's worth to spend money on. It really is. I mean, if you're, like I said, if you're putting it in your garage and you're wanting to make sure that your tires are torqued down to 100 foot-pounds, and just buy something cheap, dude. I mean, it's a throwaway. TW said he heard good things about the the Icon snap ring pliers. Like I said, dude, I mean, I honestly, I should have picked them up, man. I should have just went ahead and did it. I was wanting to pick them up, but I was picking up so much other stuff that, I mean, at some point you got to control yourself, man. Any chance, Nature Boy said, is there any chance somebody borrowed and dropped your Tekton torque wrench? I mean, there's always a chance that somebody did something to it, but I made a mistake, dude. I mean, some people said that they've used them and they've been pretty good, but I made a mistake buying it, in my opinion, and I should have just went ahead and bought it. And that's when I bought that Snap-on one I have now. And then I bought the Matco one since then. And then, like I said, Also Tools just sent that torque wrench to me that I'm going to try out. But, I mean, I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to put it in that cart if it's any good. We'll find out if it's any good. Like I was looking at Real Tool Reviews. He did that review on the Icon Snap-on. He had that proto torque tester. That thing's like $1,500, bro. Like I don't have that much money to spend on something like that yet. Hopefully I can get something like that eventually. So now I got to try to think of like, how can I test something like this? You know, it's not easy. Norm said, don't you have to you're supposed to recalibrate those torque wrenches once a year. Now, that's the thing about the Icon torque wrench. Like, I want to know, $99, those look great. And it did beat the Snap-on in the Real Tool Reviews I was just talking about. But how do you recalibrate them? How does the warranty work? You know, what do I do if, say, it goes out of spec? Then do they replace it? Are they going to send it out? Do I have to mail it in? Like, what's the deal with that? So those are important questions when it comes to something like that, because if you buy something like that and you want it to last and you're using it, then it's going to need to be recalibrated. Luxury asked my thoughts on this stool. It's not bad, dude. I mean, it was like, it was 20% off. It was, I don't even remember how much it was, man. It was like between $40 and $60 with the 20% off. And I mean, it's not bad. It's not the most comfortable stool in the world, but it's working pretty good for me. It seems pretty sturdy. You know, I weigh like 230 pounds, so I'm not a small guy, and it seems to be holding me pretty good. Max Spice, what's up, man? Glad you came by, dude. Howie said he used to send her torque wrenches off to be recalibrated. You know, that may be the case with the Icon. It may, you know, you may have to take it to the store or mail it in, but they got to have something in place for that. I mean, if you're going after professionals, you know, you might be able to fool some people. You might be able to get some people to buy your tools. But if you're honestly, truly going after professionals and you're trying to sell a torque wrench and you're trying to compare it to a Snap-on torque wrench that I can take out to my driver and, you know, warranty it or whatever, you know, whatever they got to do, they'll take care of everything. Then, you know, you're going to have to offer something for me. Okay, yeah, I do save some money in the beginning to get this torque wrench, but what about 5 years from now? You know, how many times, what do I have to do about getting this recalibrated? Do I have to pay shipping, send it to you, pay return shipping? You know, I mean, those are questions that I think need to be answered. Jared said he has a Lang snap ring pliers. Dude, I was looking at them, and I think those are like really good snap ring pliers from what I've seen. And I've been meaning to buy a kit. I actually just have I had some cheap Craftsman ones because I don't come across snap rings that much, but I do need a good set. Nature Boy asks if my company has. No, dude, my company don't give you nothing, dude. They have some company tools. And I mean, like, dude, like, you ain't using it. Like, the only thing that, like, if I have to use like a 2 3/4 socket, yeah, they got it. You know what I mean? Or the big 1-inch impact, the big 2.5-inch impact, they got it. But when it comes to something like that, no, that's all on me, dude. I have to do it myself. And yeah, you're right. He said, who knows if Icon will be around in 5 years? I mean, we really don't know that. I mean, that's the honest truth. We don't know. But if we can go off of Harbor Freight's previous reputation, they've been around for how long? 20 years, something like that. So I don't think they'll give up. I honestly don't think they'll give up. I think that the dude, Eric Schmidt, you know, he's really in this. And I think he's like really, you know, I think it's almost like he's got like a personal vendetta against Snap-on. And I think if he's anything like me, you know, if I'm stubborn like that, then I don't think he'll give up. But who knows? I mean, we really don't know, to be honest with you. But all we can do is just trust. And that's where it comes back to trusting a tool company. I have to be able to take your word for it. I have to be able to know, like, just like when I went and bought this Milwaukee half-inch impact, bro. I had no doubts whatsoever that this was going to be a great tool. I had no doubts whatsoever that if something were wrong, that Milwaukee would take care of it, or I could go to Home Depot and they would take care of it. So I have absolutely no doubts about that. So that's where it comes into trust in a company. You have to be able to trust that company's word. Max said he's ready to buy the M12 Milwaukee digital torque wrench. That's $900 for the kit, bro. Yeah, Russ said hold off on that, bro. I'd probably hold off on that one. That's pretty expensive. I haven't even seen that yet, so that must be pretty new, or I'm just out of the loop. I don't know, but that's pretty expensive, dude. Like I would definitely wait around for something like that. That's pretty expensive, but I mean, it's your money, dude. Like if you feel that confident in it, then that's on you. Russ Bell said the one that's coming out isn't going to have a great torque range. What is it, a 3/8? Yeah, Luxury just say agree with me. When it comes to certain tools, man, you cannot skimp out on, dude. Like precision tools and even like micrometers. It depends on what you're measuring. How accurate do you really need it to be? If you're in your garage and you're trying to just measure the thickness of a piece of cardboard, then anything will work. You know what I mean? It's all going to come down to what you need it for, and that's why I try to say that everything has a place. Every tool has a place, and it fits in some way, shape, or form. And I don't like to just say like, "Oh, this is garbage," just because it won't work at the highest level. That of course, it's not going to work at the highest level. It's $5, but can it work for somebody who needs it to work for them at that time? That's my whole thing. Max Spice, definitely check out the Quinn Digital One. X said, bro, I looked at that one. I like to see the Icon Digital Torque Wrench when it comes out. I got the Mako Digital Torque Wrench. That'd be a good comparison. It's the flex head, and there ain't much flex in them, but I think I paid like $600 for it or something like that. So it's pretty expensive, but I trust in that tool. And I trust the fact that I can go back to the Mako guy and get it recalibrated or warranted. And that was another thing that I was talking about earlier about the Mako jump box I bought. Now, one good thing about that Mako jump box that I do like is that, man, I haven't charged that thing. I haven't charged it like hardly ever. And it's worked. I've had it for months now, and I've used that thing a lot. And I haven't hardly charged it. Now, one thing I do like about it is they give you this little certificate. And anytime during your life that you have this tool or whatever, as long as you got this little certificate, you can mail this box in, and they'll either give you a refurbished good one, fix the one you got, or whatever they got to do to get you back with that jump box. But it costs $100. So you're spending $300 on it, then another $100 essentially, but you're looking at getting two good ones for $400. So that knocks the price down to $200 a box, which is pretty close to the $130 something that the JNC jump box is. And I don't know the warranty on those JNCs, so I can't really speak on that. But that is one good thing I did like about that Mako jump box. What torque wrench should I use on the exploding bolts on a spacecraft? I would probably go with probably check into Evercraft or maybe Hyper Tough. They might have one for you. Mako one is a rebrand. You're right. F is for fabricate. Got it, bro. But it's the JNC jump box, and I put that on a couple videos. It's the same box, dude. Like I have no doubt in my mind that I mean it's identical. It's blue. JNC is blue. Mako's black. It's definitely rebranded. I definitely could have saved a lot of money going with that and You live and you learn. Sometimes you got to pay for lessons in life, and I got no problem if I had to pay for a lesson, but I've learned. Sabine, Ohio, Howie. Mac Line wrenches. Oh, my girl must be watching me. Joey Morrison said, "Fire my camera, man, dude." See, what's crazy is like I'm looking at comments on here. Let me just say real quick, dude. Like I got the best girlfriend in the world. She's like an amazingly beautiful woman, and I appreciate her. But I look at comments over here, and this is like from hours ago, or from like when I don't. It like takes forever, and then I look on my phone, so like I get confused. I must have missed that, Joey. I apologize, man. The camera quality will get better on these live streams. I promise that. The GFI outlet and install toaster in his shower. What torque wrench should I use? I think you can get by with any torque wrench in that situation, man. You just have to let us know how that works. The maintenance man, Neil, what's going on, man? I got it right that time, man. One night I was embarrassed as heck, dude. He come on and there's the home handyman, and I seen the man, and I don't know why I just like tied the two together because I've watched him, man. I like his channel, and if you guys ain't subscribed to him, go check his channel out and subscribe to him. But I called him Justin Dow's dad, dude. Like I was pretty embarrassed. It was pretty funny. Live chat or top chat? No, it says live chat, dude. It's just slow as heck going to the computer. Well, thank you, baby. The maintenance man, you guys hang on for a couple seconds, dude. Let me turn the heater on. I'll be right back. All right. Can you guys, honestly, can you guys hear that heater? Is it too loud? better put my phone back up like an idiot. Corey's out of here. All right, Corey, man. Thanks for coming by, brother. Sorry about that. D Brock, what's up, man? Leo Cruz, I love you too, dude. You're the man, brother. I think he was talking to me. I hope so. If not, I just embarrassed myself again. Can hear you just fine. Can barely hear the heater. That's good to know. See, I spent some pretty decent money on this microphone. It's supposed to cancel out a lot of that noise from behind me, but I can hear it pretty good. So I may be like yelling when I'm not supposed to be yelling. Because it is cold in here. I do have a heater coming though. It's a 240 heater from, let's see where it's coming from. New Air. Hopefully it works out good. I'm definitely gonna be doing a video on that because I think that's pretty big topic, man. You know, heating your garage, heating your work area, especially in this area, because we haven't even got to cold yet. Show us a pic of the heater. It's a Craftsman torpedo heater that they sell at Lowe's. It's the big one. I did a review on it back when I first started doing videos. Like, I could probably do a follow-up on it because a lot of people said they had trouble out of it, but it started up fine for me and heats this garage up. This garage is not humongous, but it's like a 1.5 car garage, and it heats it up pretty good. And when I first moved in here, the siding was just siding. Like, the plywood was rotted out. I pulled the siding off, resheeted the plywood on the outside. I put plywood on the inside. Now, I didn't insulate the inside of the walls. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on this place, but I did put some plastic in there. And I'm actually probably going to go ahead and insulate the ceiling. I think that'll work out good. How do I vent it? I don't vent it. I need to vent it, and I also need to. I'm thinking about buying like a little exhaust fan and maybe getting up there. And that's another thing. I don't want to keep investing in this place, but I think I'm buying a little exhaust fan and getting up there and cutting a hole in the roof and putting it up there, because when I'm welding too, especially when I'm stick welding, it does put off a lot of smoke and a lot of fumes, and I need to have some sort of ventilation in here. Jimmy, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate you, bro. I always do, man. You're a good dude. Russ about to say he's not going to lie. He's ready for summer to come back. Bro, I don't understand. Like, these people will be like, oh, I can't wait for winter. I'm not a cold person. I don't like dealing with the wet, cold, snow. I don't like dealing with none of it. I would love it to be 55 at night, 80 in the day, all year round. That would be perfect for me. TWA, I don't know. If I do need any help, bro, I will reach out. I'm not scared to ask anybody for help. I don't know. This heater is supposedly just, you can mount it up on your wall or whatever, and you plug it in. So we'll take a look at it, but hopefully I don't need any help. But if I do need any help, I really do appreciate that, and I wouldn't be, afraid to reach out to anybody about help for anything in any field, because I don't know everything, dude. I learn stuff every day, and I don't claim to be the best, and I'm not scared to read instructions, and I'm not scared to ask for help at all. The maintenance man's out of here. I appreciate you for stopping by, Neil, man. Good night, brother. I'll be right behind you. Been an HVAC for 30 years. That's one thing I know absolutely nothing about, dude. Nothing. So I'm glad to know that. The maintenance man. If you guys are not subscribed to him, man, go check. He is a good guy, man. I hope you guys will give him a look. I start dozing off and call for a medic. I haven't dozed off yet, dude. And it does put off some fumes. And I've thought about that a few times. But I think that because I've also enclosed this area a lot more. But at first, it was so much, air escaping out of here that I don't think it mattered. But this year, I think I'll probably be a little bit more worried about some sort of ventilation. And I'm seriously thinking about hooking up some sort of ventilation in the roof. Because I don't think it would be that hard. I think it would definitely be worth it. Getting high, not yet. 8 inches of snow in Detroit. Man, I feel bad for you, Harry. D-Rock said the maintenance man rocks. He does rock, dude. I think I can turn this off now. I think it's ended up done. I honestly can't believe you guys can't hear that, dude, because it's seriously loud. And like whenever I'm editing my videos, I'll hear like car doors shut from my neighbors and stuff, and I'm like, man. Those pink elephants are your friend. They are your friend, man. They're here to help you. He said I should do a live stream with the maintenance man. There's quite a few people, not people that like me though, that want to do live streams with me. And I have no problem doing live streams with other people, even if they don't like me, and even if, there's a chance they're going to act a fool or whatever. I don't have no problem doing it. I need to try to figure out how exactly it's done. And I'm still waiting on my camera thing so I can run my good camera on this so it's not so bad. He says he's going to be doing a head swap on a single cam Civic. Do you think the Icon torque wrench will be good enough? I mean, I've never used it, dude, but the Real Tool Reviews did that review on it. It seemed to do pretty good. So, I mean, and as I've said, I mean, coming out the box, those torque wrenches, they're probably going to work, man. I mean, you just have to ask yourself, if you trust it enough. I mean, that's all it comes down to, is if you trust it enough, and is that the only money you have to spend on something like that? Do you have the money to buy something, whether it be Snap-on or whatever? Do you have the money to spend that, and how long are you going to want to keep it for? And like I was saying about the Icon torque wrenches, how does it work, say, in a year and a half? It's out of spec. I need it to be recalibrated. How does that work? I don't know. And still, yeah, he says he's put together a lot of engines with the regular $10 Pittsburgh torque wrench. And like I said, dude, I mean, most of the time they're going to work. I mean, they're going to be close enough. It doesn't have to be something to where it's like totally precise. You know what I'm saying? We're not dealing with nothing that crazy. We're just, we're not dealing with nothing that crazy. Evans Fragrance said he likes that I do me that many YouTubers don't do. Man, I don't, I just am who I am, dude. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I'm not gonna pretend to be something I'm not just for, a YouTube video. I'm honestly trying to help some people, man. That's all I'm really trying to do. And yeah, Howie said you'll have bolt stress no matter what torque wrench you're using. You're right, you will. And I don't push my opinions. I'm not going to push my opinions, because all I'm going to try to do, and that's what I always try to do, is I'm just going to try to I'll give you my opinion, obviously, but at the end of the day, bro, we're all men. We're going to make our own decisions. And my opinion may not mean nothing to you. My opinion may be wrong to you, and that's fine. We're all men. We're going to just, make the decision that feels best to us at the time, with whatever money we have, with whatever information we have. We're going to just do what feels best for us. Snapped off a transmission bolt with a $10 Harbor Freight torque wrench. Wasn't its fault. Oh crap, GM bolts. I mean, yeah, I mean, something like that's going to happen. I'm trying to think. I haven't used the Pittsburgh. I don't think I've used the Pittsburgh torque wrench, man. I don't think I have. I tried the Tecton once, and after that, I've spent money on torque wrenches. Rodney, what's going on, Rodney? I'm glad you stopped by, buddy. From Branson, Missouri. We're doing good tonight, man. He said not many channels act that way. Thanks, AV, the boss, and a few others. You're right. I mean, people ain't dumb, dude. Like, they know. Like, people are not dumb, and you can't play people like they're dumb. And I never would assume that anybody's dumb, even though I know, like, some people you can tell, but I still try to show people, some type of respect, man. I still try to talk to people like I would talk to anybody. Am I going to build a custom hutch for the Icon box? Bro, no, I'm not going to build a custom hutch for it. I actually planned on one time at building a custom hutch for the U.S. General box and a stainless steel top for the U.S. General box. And I know I could do it. There's no doubt in my mind I could do it. As far as when it comes to this Icon box, I would just buy the hutch. I mean, the hutch is not very expensive for this. Do I like pineapple on pizza? No, bro, I don't. Like, I would eat it if I was drunk enough. You know what I mean? I would eat it. Bro, I'm not picky when it comes to food, and I'm not picky at all. Like, I'll go in there, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. When me and my ex split up a couple years ago, I moved out, and I actually just moved into a little, like, sleeping room apartment, just me. And I was there for a while, and that's when all my tools and stuff was in storage. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I ate bologna and cheese sandwiches probably 95% of the days for dinner every day. And I have no problem with it. I'm pretty basic when it comes to food. Buffer said make a good Bill welding series. It would make a good, but maybe I will, dude. Maybe once I get into MIG welding, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't be hard. I don't think it would be hard to build something. It wouldn't be hard to build something. I mean, like that. The hardest thing I think would be to try to figure out some type of way that it opens. But, as far as building a hutch to put on there, that would be nothing. That would be pretty simple. And I think 99% of people could build something like that, man. I really do. Old Mechanic, what's going on, brother? What would you use the smaller torque wrenches for? What do you mean, Rodney? The 3/8 torque wrenches? I mean, anything that you're going to be measuring in inch pounds, you're going to want to use 3/8 torque wrenches for. Anything that calls for you to bolt something down in inch pounds, you can convert it from inch pounds to foot pounds, but half-inch torque wrench, you're going to have your typical range from 50 to 250. And if it's lower than that, then you're going to need to use a 3/8 torque wrench to be able to torque that down. They make Eastwood and Prime Weld welders. I ain't never used them. I did see the Eastwood welders. I've rode quite a few companies. I like to get a plasma cutter, and I mean, they're expensive, man, but I like to get a decent plasma cutter. And that was another thing I was talking to Harbor Freight about, and they were supposed to, get in touch with me about, their plasma cutter to do, to check out and give them some information on it. Because when they first contacted me, it was like, we're going to send these out, just let us know what you think. You don't have to do no video and all this and all that. Okay, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. And then as it went by, they was messaging me, oh, yay, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. Okay. And then We'll see. But they was talking with me about the plasma cutter, the ProTig 205. They was talking with me about, they messaged me like, hey, we're going to send you out the rest of this Icon toolbox. Okay. That was a month and a half ago. 50 amp plasmas on eBay. I have looked at some of those plasma cutters, and depending on what you got to cut, bro, I mean, those plasma cutters probably will work, man. What's going on, Clayton? Carson's Exploring Channel. Love your channel. I appreciate that, Carson, man. Some people don't. Some people do. You can't please everybody, dude. I'm just trying to be myself. I'm trying to talk to people. I'm trying to help everybody. I'm trying to give everybody something, man. And you can't please everybody. Some people get mad that I talk. Some people get mad that I don't talk. Some people get mad that my hands are dirty. Some people get mad that my hands are clean. Some people get mad that I wear gloves. There's always somebody, dude. But I appreciate that. And, and the thing about, humans, we tend to, when we hear good, I could hear 90, 99 good compliments. Oh, you're the best. You're the best. And then one dude will say something, and that one dude sticks with you. And that one dude, but that's just who we are. It's hard. It's not easy, man. Ratcheting flex head flare nut wrench. Clayton, man, let me tell you, bro, something like that, dude, I would have to check it out, but I'm going to bet money that that's a gimmick, dude. Stuff like that's gimmicks, man. And, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I haven't used it, but when I see stuff like that, the first thing comes to my mind is gimmick. And this is the time of year, especially. I don't know when they came. They came out that a while ago, but I'm just saying, like, this is the time of year where a lot of these tool companies will release these gimmick tools, and they just try to sell them to you, man. Like those all-in-one sockets, the ratcheting crescent wrenches, and those things might work for, John in his garage that is tightening up a bolt on a vise. Those things might work, but in the real world, those types of things are not practical, in my opinion, man. I could be wrong, though. You know what I mean? They could be awesome, but I'd have to check them out to let you know. DK said, dude, no lie, I'm addicted to your content. I've been watching all the videos for months now. I appreciate that, dude, but like some of my videos, I'm like, I have trouble watching them myself. Like some of the, especially a lot of the older videos and even some of the newer videos, I have trouble watching, but I appreciate that, man. Like Coon Trucking, he's another good guy. Clay, he'll come by on some of my videos and leave comments like from months and months ago, year ago. And I'll be like, man, like, and he'd be like, oh, I love it. I love it. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how, but I appreciate it. F is for Fabricate, says ratcheting wrenches. Somebody said that there is a Gear Wrench has a set of flex head ratcheting flare wrenches. And I said, I think that those are probably gimmicks, but I could be wrong, man. But when I see stuff like that, the first thing I think about is that's a gimmick tool. Do I have expensive? Do I have experience with rigging chains and hoists? Somewhat, dude. Not a bunch. Like nothing to where I'd feel comfortable like teaching you safely. But I mean, I could do it myself, but I don't have that much experience doing something like that, dude. He said, I'm pretty sure no one here questions your integrity. It's just the opposite. You'd be surprised. I mean, there's a lot of people that do, and that's fine. That's their opinion. That's their, that's their right to be able to say that they think I'm doing something that's, immoral or whatever. But bro, I have no problem. Like I don't care about no free tools. I don't care about, these companies sponsoring me or whatever, man, because you know why? This is why. And because if I ever say like I'm with this tool brand, you know, then you're gonna know, man, like, bro, like that's he believes in that tool brand. This is not just him getting paid. It's because he believes in it, because he wouldn't do it otherwise. And that's why. And that's the truth. And that's because I couldn't, like, in good faith sit there and say like I'm with this brand. I'm riding with them if I really wasn't. Just because they was giving me some money, it means nothing to me, dude. There's more important things in life. I do. He said, yeah, you know, I do. And like I said, you know, I do know some about them, talking about chains, rigging, hoists, and whatnot. And I do know stuff about that, and I can do it. But like I said, I'm not like trained or anything. And that's pretty dangerous stuff, dude. Like, you know, I'm lifting up 30, 40 ton machines and I could die. You know, it's dangerous, man. A-Bomb on YouTube. Yeah, I have, Norm. He's talking about A-Bomb 79. I like him, dude. He definitely knows his stuff, man. You can learn a lot, dude. That's the thing. Like, we're living now, like this YouTube stuff, man. We can learn so much. You know, 15, 20 years ago, bro, if you was out there working on, you know, a Honda Civic and you didn't know how to replace a ball joint, I'm just saying whatever, then you had to figure it out or find somebody who knew. Now you could type it in YouTube and find out how to change that. You can do, I mean, so much, or so much information out there that we can learn. It's great, man. I love YouTube. Nature Boy just bought a Lincoln 140 used but cheap and currently looking for a budget stick TIG machine. I think I'm going to get a cheap import to start out. I mean, I haven't used none of them, dude, but you can find stick welders for cheap, man. You can find like those old Lincoln Tombstone stick welders. You can find those for $100, $150, $200, and those are going to do what you need them to do. And they'll run TIG too, but you're going to have your torch and stuff, obviously. And you're going to have gas flow on your head and all that other stuff. But they will run it. But if you're looking for something that's going to run stick, TIG, and you know, you probably want to look for a multi-processor machine that can run gas, you know, and then you can be able to use a foot pedal and everything else. But you can get by with something like that for sure. If your breaker is full, what's a good stick machine that can do 120 and 240? Bro, I'd have to check that out for you, man. I don't feel confident giving you a recommendation for something like that, especially when you say 120 and 240. If you said 240, I would have said the Lincoln Tombstone. Like I said, that's a great little welder. But when you're talking about stick welding with 120, and when I just did my video, you know, like I said, I'm learning this stuff, dude. And I didn't speak enough about, looking back on it, I didn't speak enough about rod size. Like I said, this Vulcan can do 90 amps on 120, 110, whatever. It's the same thing, you know, 110, 120, same thing. But when I'm looking, you know, when I'm looking at this, it can do 90 amps. So it could run the 6011 rod, 1/8 inch. But if I'm running my 7018, I could have ran a smaller rod. I'm running the 1/8 inch 7018. I could have ran a smaller rod diameter wise and been able to, you can run that at 90 amps or less. But if you're just wanting to learn stick welding, that'd be fine. But if you really want to get out there and stick welding, I feel like stick welding's more for out in the open, heavy duty, rust filled elements, you know, rain, snow, wind, everything. I feel like that you're going to want to be able to do those types of things. If you're just wanting to learn, then, you know, you can get by with something. But in my opinion, man, you really need to look for or try to figure out a way to get you a 220, 240 plug to your garage, and it's not hard to do, dude. It's really not. Like, anybody could do it. If your breaker box is full, you can run a sub panel. I mean, it's not hard to do. Anybody could do it. I promise you that. It's dangerous, and I don't want to tell anybody. No, I don't want to say anybody could do it, but most people could do it. Rust Belt, did Rust Belt leave? I appreciate you stopping by, Rust Belt, man. He's a really good guy, dude. It is AC/DC. How I said, old Buzz Box at Lincoln I'm talking about. It is an AC/DC stick machine. And it's good, dude. It's going to get you out there. It's going to be a good stick machine for you. You just got to ask yourself why you're learning stick welding. I'm learning stick welding because I want to learn the motor functions, and I want to be able to use it just in case. But if you're learning stick welding because you're on the farm, or you're out in the field, you're trying to weld pipe or whatever, then you're going to want something good for that, man. F is for Fabricate says it can do AC/DC stick, but not AC/DC TIG without high a box add-on. You have to add on to that, man. I think you're right, man. TW said that. I'm shortening your name, obviously, bro, but he said that you need to learn stick before you learn MIG. MIG welding's pretty easy, dude. You just squeeze the trigger and you go. If you can see, if you can look, if you can, once you start seeing and knowing what it looks like when you're running at a good temperature, when you're fusing into your metal, you're checking everything looks good. You can, it's pretty easy, man. Like I said in my video, when you're stick welding, you're working in so many different directions. You got to worry about in, out, up, over. It's teaching you so many different things at one time that it's going to be better for you in the long run, I feel like. And that's why I'm trying to get good at it right now. Because I can MIG weld pretty good, man. I can MIG weld real good. But I never learned how to stick weld, really. High frequency box add-on, F's for Fabricate says. So you can't, we're talking about the Lincoln Tombstone welder. It's an AC/DC stick machine. You can't AC/DC TIG weld without a high frequency box add-on to be able to TIG weld AC/DC with it. Check out the fabrication series. Carson's Exploring Channel asked if I was in a high-powered radio control cards. My buddy had one, dude, and we was having fun with it, but no, I don't own any or anything. It's fun, though. I enjoy doing it with him. DK said he's learned everything from tools to work on his own Civic from YouTube videos. Bro, there's a lot of information out there, and people like to, dog people that watch YouTube videos. Bro, somebody had to teach you. What's the difference in somebody that's doing it on a video as in somebody's doing it in person? We're not born with this crap. We don't know everything. We learn it. So I don't care how you learn it, as long as you learn it. Thank you, Rodney. Rodney said he would put it more like no one should question your integrity. You've proven yourself to me with no doubt in my mind. I appreciate that, Rodney. I honestly try to, show some integrity, man. I really do. I try to be honest, dude, because, to me, it'd be like, say if I said, oh, man, buy this $50 wrench or buy this $100 wrench. It's the best. And I know it's not the best. And I tell you to buy it, and then you go out and buy it. and then it's not the best and it don't work out for you. I basically took $50 to $100 out of your family's mouths. I would never do that, ever. It's Twiz. All right, Twiz, I got you, man. You know, Kevin, you're right, dude. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that like a lot of people are in this, dude. They're trying to learn how to do this for themselves because they don't want to pay a garage, you know, that much money. And it's not, you know, and granted, those people are trying to make a living, but there's no shortage of people that's going to take their cars to the garage. So it's not like, you know, we're taking money out of anybody's pocket or doing anything. You should have a right to be able to learn how to fix your own stuff to save yourself some money, save your family some money. Now, I say, you know, when it comes to, you know, these newer cars, man, there's a lot involved in working on newer cars, and you have to understand wiring diagrams. You have to understand electricity. You have to understand how to use a scope. You have to have a scope. So with the newer cars, dude, the time of people working on their own vehicles is, I'm not going to say coming to an end, but it's going to close down to the amount of people that can work on their own vehicles. So if you're interested in working on cars, if you want to be able to work on cars, if you want to be able to work on your own car, then if you want my advice, man, learn how to use the scope, learn electricity, learn how to read wiring diagrams, learn how to diagnose vehicles, not just, you know, fix a vehicle, not just change a part, because it's not hard to change parts. You know, there's a process to it. If it goes together, you can pull it apart and put it back together. But when it comes to figuring out these newer cars and figuring out what the deal is, then that's a whole different animal. So if you really want to learn how to work on cars, that's where you need to go, in my opinion. That's the future. F is for Fabricate said, at school, welding tips and tricks. He's talking about Jody, that's his name, was shown to us daily on YouTube. So saying YouTube isn't as a quality source isn't on. You know, I agree with that, man. I just think people like to make other people feel bad, dude. I don't understand it. They like to try to make other people feel like that, you know, they're dumb. They like trying to make other people feel like that learning on YouTube is stupid. If somebody knows what they're talking about and they're on YouTube, then that's a great source, man. Now, if they're, you know, teaching people bad things, then obviously that's not a great source. But that's why I always say in my videos, man, like even when it comes to a car repair video, if you watch one video and you go try it, you know, check out another video. If there's, you know, if it's the same, then you're like, okay, that's two people agreeing. It may be pretty similar. But if you check out two videos, three videos, and like, you're like, wait a minute now, you know, that's why I would say check out more than one source, man. X said you can find those tombstones for almost free. Might have bad control resistor, but parts are abundant. Those welders are everywhere, dude. Like I just seen one on Facebook Marketplace for $100. They're usually anywhere between $100 to $200 when I see them. And $100 for something like that, I feel like it's a pretty good deal. Twiz said that a lot of those guys that cut other people down and live in your mom's basement, you know, I don't know, but bro, I mean, like they've obviously, you know, there's obviously something wrong with them guys, man. I don't feel the need to make other people feel weak to make myself feel strong. And I think that's what it is. They feel the need to make other people feel bad, to make other people feel weak so they feel superior, so they feel stronger. I don't feel the need for that because I'm confident in myself. He said the only downside, F is for Eric, he said he can't install. Bro, you could run an extension cord. Do you got a dryer outlet? You got a stove outlet? You could run an extension cord from those to your garage. I mean, it might not be practical, but it can be done. And if you do that, dude, make your own. Don't go out and you could buy the wire and make your own for a lot cheaper than you can buying one of those. Budget Tool said, when am I going live with the other people? I don't know what you mean, dude. Like the other people that want to go live with me, I have to figure it out. They're going to have to, like, I mean, they want to go live with me. I have no problem going live with them. I've got a lot going on. I've been trying to post a lot of videos. I work. I have a family. Like, I'm trying to learn this stuff. This is my third live video or my fourth live video, third week of going live. I don't know much about it, so I'm trying to learn. So if they want to go live with me, then, you know, I need to know how. I have no problem going live with anybody. I'm not afraid of anybody. Leviathan makes great plugs for extension cords. Thanks for that, Will. B. Hexen says, Handtech makes some very good affordable scopes. If you're willing, you already own, you can get a kit for around $200. Thanks for that info, man. Kevin Riggs said he's just starting to get into air tools. You seem to lean towards battery tools. You think the direction we're going with batteries is going to start driving prices down air tools? I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't think air tools will maybe not go anywhere for a while, but at some point, dude, air tools are a thing of the past, man. The only thing they have left is an air hammer. Once they figure out, you know, or bring out an air hammer that can run for a decent amount of time on a battery, what else is there, man? I mean, you got to inflate tires, obviously, and, you know, shop air is nice to have, but as far as needing to buy air tools anymore, I think you're better off going with battery operated tools, in my opinion, man. But yeah, it will drive the prices down. So that answers your question there. What's going on, Davian? Glad you're here, brother. Blowgun, you're right. Cordless sandblasting. But, you know, there's obviously, you know, if you're into, you know, auto body repair and you're blasting or things like that. Now, that would be cool if they come out with something like that. But they do got cordless compressors and stuff. So who's to say, man? I mean, I don't know. Who's to say what the future is going to bring? But there will always be a need for shop air. But when I'm talking about air tools, I'm talking about impacts, air drills, die grinders, cutoff tools, things like that, air hammers. Howie said, you always keep your air tools for backup. You're right. I mean, that is good. That is a good thing to do. The sound of an air ratchet and impact is worth the hose and the trouble. You know, bro, I hate air hoses, man. It seems like I could be in a football field and it would have, you know, a bolt this big in the middle of that field. And, bro, I'll wrap that air hose around that thing 100 times and I'll get stuck. I'll have to walk back and unwrap it, dude. It never fails. I hate air hoses. Cordless spray gun. Right now, air tools are cheaper than cordless tools. They are, you know, air tools are cheap in a lot of cases, but, you know, it depends on the air tool, obviously, but you also got to consider the fact that the price of the compressor that you have to put in there to run those air tools. So does that offset the price of the batteries? You know, if you're looking at $1,000 for a 60-gallon tank, and you know, $200 for a half-inch impact, so now you're up to $1,200. Is it worth it to just buy into a battery platform and save the money on that compressor if you don't need shop air in a lot of cases? Then I think it is worth it. I always say he loves the sound, makes you feel like a man. We always rev up our guns, man. I'm gonna turn the heat on for a second, guys. Yeah, as far as pawn shops goes, I've never found any good deals at pawn shops, man. Them guys are loan sharks, man. I don't like pawn shops at all. You're better off to look on like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You can find some good deals on used tools that way, but pawn shops, I haven't had any luck with them. If you've had luck with them, then congratulations, man, because I've went in quite a few over my time, and man, they charge some ridiculous prices. Max Spice asked when I was expanding my Milwaukee tool collection. I don't know, bro. Uh, I mean, I already own quite a few of them. I guess when I get the money and I feel comfortable, I just spent quite a bit of money, so I probably won't be spending any money for a while. But I'm gonna stick with the DeWalt grinder. I'm gonna stick with the DeWalt Sawzall, and I'm obviously switching to Milwaukee half-inch impact. And I think I'm going to get the Milwaukee 3/8 M12 impact. I think that'd be a great deal, a great buy. I think you can get by with that doing a lot, man. All right, Twiz. Thanks, man. We're about to end this here in a few anyway. I appreciate you coming by, brother. Harry Epstein. Useful, reliable. Bro, is that the dude that hung himself? That they say hung himself or whatever? I'm not hip to all this stuff. If that was a joke, I don't know. Or if that's a store, I don't know, bro. First direct battery or wall power, however, there are losses in battery charging as well. In my opinion, bro, I think that cordless tools are almost there to replace corded tools. In my opinion, man, and a lot of gas powered tools. I mean, Milwaukee coming out with this jackhammer and everything else. I don't know how well it works, but I mean, they're on the path, man. They're on the path. That was Jeffrey wrong. I just seen the Epstein. I didn't know, bro. I try to stay. I try to stay off of the social media stuff where there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm busy, dude. Like I'm pretty busy, so I don't get a chance to watch many YouTube videos, or I try to answer people when they message me and stuff, but I don't always get back to them, and I try to, though. I really do. Matt said he got a Snap-on pressure tester kit for $45 at a pawn shop. Like I said, man, you can find some good deals anywhere if you're in the right place at the right time. But I just haven't had any luck. Every time I went to a pawn shop, they're asking ridiculous prices. Not worth it for used tools. Not worth it at all. Except me for president. I wouldn't want that job, bro. I think I get it bad. I couldn't imagine being a president, man. That's a lot of stress. It's a lot of hate, man. A lot of love, a lot of hate. Like you got to be a strong guy to stand in that position. And I don't know if I'd be that strong, man. Resto Rods. I didn't even see, bro. I seen your name earlier. I meant to mention you, bro. I'm glad you come around, dude. First off, so my fuzzy camera, it looks like I'm drinking Frank's Red Hot. That's funny, dude. It won't be like that forever, dude. I'll fix it up, man. No beer tonight or hot cocoa with Jameson. I'm having a couple beers, man. I don't drink very much. I drink maybe once or twice a week. That's about it, man. Sometimes 3 times at the most, but I don't drink very much. Ain't no problem, Resto Rods, man. I appreciate you coming by, dude. Max said, hopefully Trump wins, bro. I stay out of politics, man. That's one thing, man. My uncle told me one thing that stuck with me. He said, never talk with people unless you want to argue about money, politics, or religion, or you're going to end up in an argument. And I've tried to stick to that because you will end up in an argument because people are not going to agree with you. While I may agree with you, while I may not agree with you, I don't want to argue about it. But I appreciate you sharing your beliefs, man. Ray said maybe next year I'll get invited to SEMA. I was going to try to go this year myself, but I didn't apply for it. I didn't even ask for it because I didn't think I could make it, and I'm glad I didn't because I wouldn't have been able to make it. Resto Ross says, good to see Max Spice in here. It is good to see Max in here, man. Max follows me on Instagram and everything. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm kind of leaning more towards Instagram than I am Facebook, but I'm at My Redemption Garage on Instagram, bro. Go follow me on there. I'm tending to do more things on there, and I think you can go live on there and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to get more into this stuff as I go along, man. Big Pig Slapper, oink. That's a heck of a name, brother. He said the best deal he ever got was a 2.25 ton foldable engine hoist from Advanced Auto for $165. The girl quoted me the price. The manager didn't like it, but it was written on the tag. Resto Ross said he's had opportunities to go to SEMA nearly every year, but build deadline kills it. I live so far away from law. I mean, it would be great to go, dude, but I would have to have somebody with me too to keep myself in check, dude, because that's a heck of a town, dude. I don't know. So Hopefully I can go though, man. David said he usually drink one on the weekends. You know, I don't have no set time, bro. But like ever since I've been doing these on Mondays, I've been drinking a few on Mondays while I'm talking to you guys. Friday night I had a couple, and that was and then now Monday. So I mean, I don't like to get completely trashed anymore. Back when I was younger, I get I drink. I would drink. I love drinking, and I love hanging out with my friends and everything. But I'm a lot tamer now than in my younger days. Let me turn this off. Oh my God! How he said, "What was you doing with a pig to get that name, Big Pig?" LOL. We gotta know, bro. I'm just playing, bro. Oh my God, dude. X said, "Go to SEMA 2020, bring girlfriend, get a big lifted truck, and get hitched." You know, if I did take my girlfriend there, I probably would end up married with her, dude. Like, this girl's like, she's definitely something. She's definitely the most sexy woman I've ever seen. I don't know why she's with my ugly butt, but unless you live stream. The Harbor Freight, I don't know. DK asked when the Harbor Freight SEMA coupons expire, and Hershtyler answered he thinks on the 24th. I think he's about right. They had some pretty good coupons, man. I spent $1,351, I think, and I saved like $200 something, dude. So like they have some pretty good coupons right now. I've never been to Vegas. David said Vegas is great. That's definitely on the bucket list, man. And that's why like this year I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try to go. And then there she is. Hey baby, I'm about done. All right, baby. Non-YouTubers cover SEMA. Pigs look all great about 3 a.m. All right, guys, I got to get here with my girlfriend, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again on Monday. As I said, I'm going to continue to try to do this on Mondays and, maybe a couple other times during the week on some special occasions, just like last week. But I enjoy talking with you guys, and I enjoy listening to you guys, man. It's just, we get to interact versus me doing a video and answering comments. So I actually do enjoy these live streams. The quality will get better, whether it be the audio and the video, but I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to end this.